Oh, what's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another balloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, we're going to be jumping into the advanced challenge, Can You See Me? So with this challenge, we can immediately see that we are going to have faster balloons, faster Moabs, and the ceramics and the Moab balloons are going to have increased health. Additionally, on top of that, all of them are going to be camoed. So right off the bat, we're going to notice that this challenge is a little bit more on the difficult side, but if we focus on getting the right towers, then this challenge should be a breeze. So we aren't even going to be worrying about using the heroes because I played through this a couple of times already, and when I say that they made this challenge hard, they definitely made it a little bit on the more difficult side. So the first tower that we're going to be starting off with is we're going to be starting off with a ninja monkey. And what this ninja monkey is for is basically just to make sure that we're able to make it first through these first initial rounds. We are going to end up selling him in the future, and that's just simply because we need to make sure that we're able to deal with the balloons in future rounds. We're actually going to be going with a mortar monkey in the future, as well as a permanent spike and a monkey village as well. There's actually quite a few changes that we need to make in order to make it through all of these rounds, and we need to make them throughout the challenge. So the first thing that we're going to be starting off with, besides our ninja monkey, is that we're going to be buying ourselves an alchemist as well, and we're going to be upgrading it to acidic mixture dip. And what this acidic mixture dip is going to do is it's basically going to make sure that our ninja monkey can pop lead balloons. And then following, as soon as we get acidic mixture dip and faster throwing, we're going to be buying ourselves a wizard monkey as well. And that's just because the wizard monkey is really good at dealing with ceramic balloons. But alright, we can almost afford the acidic mixture dip, and now our ninja monkey can take care of lead balloons. So there's not really too much that we need to worry about until round 40, but by round 40 our strategy should be set up to the point where we don't really need to worry about any balloons to that point. Alright. So let's go ahead and upgrade our alchemist to faster throwing. That way our ninja monkey stays buffed with the acidic mixture dip. Now again, we are actually going to be selling this alchemist on top of selling this wizard monkey as well. And that's just because this setup right now is just barely enough to make sure that we're able to make it to the higher tiered rounds. The next highest tier round that we're going to have to worry about past round 440 is round 63. But that's why we're going with the alchemist, the wizard monkey, because the wizard monkey is going to make sure that we're able to deal with round 63 with no issues. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade him to monkey sense on top of wall of fire, just to make sure that the fire monkey is able to do a little bit of damage and assist the team as well. But as you guys can see, we're really not struggling too much. This is exactly why I chose this position for our towers, is because they have a long time to actually hit all of the different balloons when they appear on the screen. Alright, now that we have this going, the next thing that we're going to be saving up for is balloon jitsu. So as soon as we can afford to buy balloon jitsu, we're going to go ahead and buy that. And then we should be almost set for round 40. If we can afford to buy our super monkey before round 40, then we're going to go ahead and do that. But our top priority is to get our ninja monkey to balloon jitsu, which shouldn't be too much longer before we can afford it. Now, I tried a couple of different things, and the rounds that I really struggled with was round, I think it was round 73 was the round that gave me a tough time. It was either round 73 or 76. But luckily, I think I've come up with the ideal strategy for beating it with the mortar monkey, because as you guys may or may not know, when you start getting into the higher rounds, the balloons start getting reinforced. And when the balloons are reinforced, it makes them more difficult to pop, especially when you're dealing with lower tiered monkeys like this. Alright, and then I do plan on using a Dark Knight on top of the rest of our towers, and that's just because the Dark Knight does increase damage to Moab balloons. So my plan is to use the Mortar Monkey to remove the reinforcement, and then our Super Monkey should be able to finish off the rest of the towers, or the rest of the balloons. And we can go ahead and afford to buy our Dragon's Breath. So now that we have Balloon Jitsu and our Dragon's Breath Wizard Monkey, we should be perfectly fine. And we're going to be able to afford a Berserker Brew on top of all of that, so we're setting pretty good as far as our early game defense is concerned. Alright, so of course we want to save up for stronger stimulant. We're not going to be able to afford it before round 40, but or actually we are going to be able to afford it. That's actually really good news, because now we can pretty much guarantee that we have round 40 on lock, just like that. The next thing that we're going to be saving up for is we're going to be saving up for a Super Monkey. And of course the Super Monkey, when we upgrade it to the Dark Knight, is going to do a massive damage to the Moab balloons. And then the only thing we need to do is sit around and chill until round 72. At round 72, I'm going to sell a couple of I'm going to sell our Alchemist to start, and I'm going to buy a center tier Wizard Monkey. That way we're able to pass round 73. I think it's round 73. If it's not 73, it's 76. But you guys will see what my plan is in the future. But right now, the only thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and buy this Super Monkey to start. Alright, let's go ahead and buy Ultra Vision, because without Ultra Vision, we're not going to be able to make it too far, simply because all of the balloons are camouflaged. And we don't need to worry about purple balloons too much, because we do have the Balloon Jitsu Ninja Monkey in the very beginning. So even though we're using 2 magic monkeys, well actually 3, we don't really need to worry about the purple balloons, because our Ninja Monkey can take care of the purple balloons. Alright, so next thing that we're going to be saving up for is we're going to be saving up for Plasma Blast, and that's just because we want to make sure that our Super Monkey is doing massive amounts of damage. And then on top of that, we do have the knockback with our Super Monkey, so when we're talking about ceramic balloons and stuff like that, the Super Monkey will do a great job in keeping those balloons knocked back. Alright, so once we get enough money to buy the Dark Knight, we're going to go ahead and buy that, and then the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on leveling, or on getting our permanent spike factory online. Alright, perfect. There is our Dark Knight. So now the next thing that we need to do is we just need to go ahead and start getting this spike factory going. So we're going to be starting off with bigger stacks and white hot spikes, and that's just to make sure that we inflict a lot of damage. Now it may be a good idea to go with faster production, but the normal white hot spikes worked perfectly fine the last time we did this, but the spike factory is definitely going to do a great job in making sure that we're able to beat this challenge, because of course these balloons are going to miss a few balloons. It's inevitable, but since we have this spike factory back here, he's basically going to be playing cleanup. Alright, there's our deadly spikes, and now it's just about sitting back, relaxing, and buying permanent spikes. Now, when I went through this before, we are actually going to be a little bit shy when it comes to round 73. I think round 73 is when we were able to actually afford our permanent spike factory, but it was just a little bit too late in order to deal with these ceramic balloons, so that's why we're going to actually sell our Alchemist, and we're going to buy a second Wizard Monkey that's upgraded to the center tier. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is I'm actually going to do a little bit of a fast forward to round 73. So if you guys want to go ahead, sit back, relax, we're going to speed up to round 73, and then you guys are going to be able to see what I do at round 73. Alright guys, it is round 72. We're going to go ahead and take a second, take it off of auto start, because the next round is when we're going to go ahead and we're going to have our, well, we're going to sell our alchemist, and then we're going to actually place down our second fire monkey, and that's just to make sure that we're able to deal with round 73 with no issues. So unfortunately we do not have enough money to upgrade to permanent spike, but that's not that big a deal. I would upgrade it to permanent spike now, but unfortunately even if I did upgrade it to permanent spike, it would not have enough time to actually place down these spikes in order to deal with the rest of the balloons. So that's why we're going to go ahead and grab a center tier wizard monkey and place him right here, upgrading him to dragon's breath and monkey sense. And it wasn't I thought it was 73 and maybe 76, but either way we need to do this in order to deal with the higher tier rounds. And then of course our wizard monkey is going to be able to finish off whatever our first few monkeys couldn't deal with, and we can go ahead and turn back on auto start. And then as soon as we can afford to upgrade to permanent spike, then we're going to go ahead and do that. Which we'll probably be able to afford it right at the beginning of round 76. Alright, perfect. So I am actually going to, yeah, no, we're going to leave it like this. Perfect. So yeah, it is looking like round 76 was the round that I struggled with a little bit. So for future reference, you can keep your alchemists up just a little bit longer than I did, but now we have our permanent spikes in the very back, and whatever does make it through, our permanent spikes are going to be able to take care of. Perfect. Awesome. Fantastic. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be slowing this down a little bit, and we're actually going to go ahead and sell this tower here. Grab this mortar monkey and start placing him right here, upgrading to the very bottom path with bigger blast and balloon buster. Alright, so now we need to save up a little bit more money in order to upgrade him to shattering shells, and it shouldn't take us too long to actually upgrade to that. We really don't need to worry too much about purple balloons anymore, because we do have these permanent spikes going, so any purple balloons that do make it through, our permanent spikes are going to be able to take care of them. Alright, perfect. There we go. Alright, so as soon as we can upgrade to shattering shells, we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we can actually sell this wizard monkey right here, and we're going to buy ourselves another super monkey as well as soon as we upgrade to shattering shells. Perfect. And of course our permanent spike factory is going to be able to take care of whatever's left. Let's go ahead and place down this super monkey in the very back here, and we need to upgrade him to ultraviolet vision as soon as possible. And then we're going to be upgrading him to the top tier path, and that's just because it does extremely well in dealing with like spam balloons and stuff like that. Alright, perfect. There's our laser blast. Now let's go ahead and upgrade to plasma blast as soon as we can afford that. But as you can see, we are doing extremely well in dealing with these balloons now that we have shattering shells. The shattering shells does a great job in making sure that our towers are able to deal with the Moab balloons, especially since they're going to be reinforced. the shattering shells basically takes off any reinforcement that the Moabs have on them, so we really don't need to worry about any sort of reinforcement. Alright, and then our permanent spike should be able to finish off this round for us, no big deal. And then of course we almost have enough money to upgrade to Plasma Blast, which again, we should be able to afford that here relatively soon. Alright, perfect. As soon as we get this Plasma Blast, we're going to be setting very good, because of course now we're going to be doing a lot more damage. Unfortunately, these ceramic balloons are still giving us a little bit of a tough time, but that's because these ceramic balloons have increased health. So it's natural that they do a little bit more damage, but at least we do not need to worry about the reinforced BFBs and the reinforced Moabs from this point on, because of course we have this mortar monkey in the very back. Now the only thing we're doing is we're saving up $23,000 for the Sun Avatar, and it should help us out in dealing with these ceramic balloons, taking a little bit of pressure off of our spike factory, hopefully. Another option that we have is we could go with a ice monkey and a monkey village, but I'm not a massive fan of risking it on the ice monkey, especially since the balloons are moving a little bit faster than they normally do. And of course, we're going to lose. We're going to pay close attention here, because if we lose too many permanent spikes, then we're going to have to reset, and that's exactly what we don't want to do. But if we have to do it, then we can. We're getting really close to being able to afford the Sun Avatar as long as our spike factory can hold out. All right. So it seems like we're probably going to have to restart here. Or not restart, but press the home button. And then we're actually going to probably end up selling our mortar monkey to grab something that's going to be able to help us deal with these ceramic balloons a little bit more. Alright. So we were able to finish the round, and we almost have enough money to afford our Sun Avatar. As soon as we get the Sun Avatar, our life should get much easier. Alright. Perfect. I may actually end up selling this mortar monkey, because we do need to have a little bit more damage for those ceramic balloons. So we're going to go ahead and sell that. Paying attention to how far these ceramic balloons make it. Let's go ahead and buy this Sun Avatar. Perfect. Awesome. Now we did lose that reinforcement, so we need to make sure that we have something that's going to be able to help us out a little bit more. So we're going to be going with another Fire Wizard in the back here, because the Fire Wizard has been doing a great job in dealing with those ceramic balloons. Then especially paired with the Sun Avatar with Ultra Vision, the Fire Monkey is going to have more time to actually inflict damage on these ceramic balloons, so we shouldn't struggle too much. We're actually going to go up to our Super Monkey here and switch his targeting over to targeting strong, because we want to make sure that we're able to pop these Oh My Gods, because we at least want to get them down to a Moab balloon before they make it to the spike factory. Alright, perfect. And the last Oh My Gods almost popped. And then our Sun Avatar should be able to finish off the rest of these balloons. And our spike factory was able to help us out as well. Alright, since we have a little bit of leftover money, we can go ahead and upgrade our Wizard Monkeys to the Summon Phoenix, and then we have a little bit of an ability that we can use for round 90. And of course, if we need it before, we can use it before as well, but we really shouldn't need it too much. I just want to make sure that we're able to deal with the DDTs, and as long as we have a few of these these permanent spikes left over from our spike factory, then we should be perfectly fine. We're actually going to go ahead and use one of our Phoenixes right now, because we want to make sure that we don't lose too many of our permanent spikes. Alright, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to see. We are going to lose a few, but we're going to have enough left in order to deal with the DDTs. And that's it, guys. So it was a little bit of a bumpy ride there, but at the same time, this is the general strategy that I came up with. So it worked for me, and I know it'll work for you guys. So again, if you guys enjoyed, please feel free to smack that like button. And of course, if you have not yet to subscribe, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload daily. But anyways, guys, as always, I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives. And I will see you guys in the next one.